Right, good morning, welcome back. Now today, interrupting the paint project for just one video. And the reason for that is that the guys in the paint shop are a little bit backed up with a queue of work and I won't be able to get my fenders back until Monday. So while we wait, and in the absence of anything practical to do, I thought we'd visit something that I've been meaning to do for quite a long time. Now, for those of you who don't make YouTube content, the business of doing it divides into three separate areas. You've got the filming of the content itself, like right now, talking to your camera, setting your microphones up in your studio, place, garden, wherever you choose to do it, on your motorcycle, vlogging, whatever. Once you film the content, the second thing to address is the post-production. So basically the editing, the putting the footage into your computer, clipping it all up, putting the blends between it so that you make an interesting video. Some people put more into it than others. I personally put equally as long, if not longer, into my post-production than I do into the actual filming itself. And I actually enjoy the post-production and editing in some ways more than I do the filming of the content in the first place, because it's creative. It's equally as creative as designing and making something for your motorcycle. You take all that raw footage and you turn it into a watchable 10-minute video or thereabouts. And in so many ways, the editing and post-production of your content can be the success, the make and break of your channel. But with all of the work and time and effort that you might put into the filming and post-production of your content, I believe there is a third and critical factor that so many creators miss out on. And that is the interaction with your viewers, the people who make your channel and all the hard work you put into it worthwhile. The comments box underneath your videos and how you react back to those comments. So many creators you see, you watch the video and you scroll down to look at some of the comments and you see hundreds of them, but not a single word back from the creator. They don't bother to answer anyone. Do they even bother to read them? And isn't that a shame? Because you're missing a trick there. There's so much interaction, there's so much enjoyment in talking to your viewers. If you've watched this channel for any length of time, you might have noticed that we try to answer absolutely everyone, and we guarantee that we read every single comment. So today, I thought we might celebrate that and have a little friendly debate, a little exchange of views on 5 thorny motorcycle subjects. Right, first on the list, the death of the Harley Davidson Sportster. Were Harley Davidson thinking straight when they cancelled probably their most successful ever motorcycle? Now that might not mean much to some. Those of you who don't like Harleys won't give a damn, but there are a great many people who love the Sportster. In fact, one of the biggest motorcycle social groups on the internet is Sportster Sickness. They're absolutely massive and worldwide. Everyone loves Sportsters if you look online. So why take that motorcycle and just cancel it? Refuse to make any more? Remember, Harley Davidson did exactly the same with Buell. It was going okay, and for whatever political reasons, they just put the whole Buell brand to bed. And now they've taken the Sportster name and they've applied it to some liquid-cooled motorcycle that's nothing like a Sportster. Now, yes, of course, they've got all their corporate reasons, but why cancel something that's doing so well? It's not about it being air-cooled motorcycles don't pass emission regulations, etc. That's rubbish, because the Milwaukee 8 engine is air-cooled. It's got a liquid-cooled content to it, and they could have done something similar with the Sportster and kept them alive as they were. Small modifications, small modernizations as you go along are fine, but taking a brand, which is exactly what the Sportster is. It's a whole brand. The Sportster is a thing, separate from every other Harley, and just chuck it in the bin and put the name on something that's nothing like it. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think they made a wise decision cancelling the Sportster, or was it high time that that whole thing was gone? The next thing is the price of motorcycles today. Oh my goodness, have you seen the price lists for all the manufacturers which are out about now? First part of the new tax year, Harley have put their new 25 price list out. Some of those bikes are £40,000 or more. All right, that's their top models, giving them that, the CVOs, but look at the basic ones. This new liquid-cooled Sportster thing, 15 grand that bike is. £15,000. Penny bought her Sportster 883 in 2008 for 5 grand. On the road, brand new, that was its price, 4,995. So that's trebled in price in 17 years. Have our wages kept pace with that? Have we had 3 times the wages in the last 17 years? No, not on your life, have we eckers like. So bikes are becoming less affordable. Now look at the smaller bikes, the 125s, the little 250cc, the 300cc bikes. They're now more money than a 4,000cc bike 10, 15 years ago. It's getting ridiculous. Is it any wonder that young people can't afford to get into motorcycling? Is it any wonder that the whole motorcycle culture is aging and eventually will die out? Again, let me know in the comments. Does the price of motorcycles today, new on the road, have anything to do with why our culture is slowly dying? Now, the next thing to debate is acknowledging other riders on the road. If you drive on the left, like we do in the UK and South Africa and Australia, whatnot, it's a nod or it's a foot out off the foot peg. If you drive on the right-hand side of the road, it's the wave, the V sign, whatever it might be, but it's acknowledging your fellow riders coming the other way. Do you think that's dying out? Do you find people nod to you? Do you nod at others? Let me know in the comments. And more importantly, on the same vein as that, would you stop for a rider who's parked at the side of the road? Once upon a time, you would not pass a parked motorcycle if you could possibly help it without seeing if you can stop and help. Okay, bikes don't break down like they used to, but we still get punctures. We still run out of fuel. We still have electrical faults that stop a bike in its tracks. So would you stop for a rider at the side of the road? I've done it in the past, only to find the guy stopped for a cigarette or he stopped to make a phone call. And okay, you have a chat, a conversation, you ride on, and you spread a little faith in the culture. The other side of it is, there is known to be, and you may know about this, an international distress signal. Do you know about that? Apparently, you take your crash helmet and you put it about 10 paces behind your motorcycle, slightly out from the curb, and that is, as far as I'm aware, an internationally recognised sign of distress. I might not have that exactly right, so let me know if you know better, but that is something that we should all learn. If it is actually internationally recognised sign of distress, then we should all learn it, and we should all make sure we look out for it, because genuinely, people still do break down and they might need your help. Again, let me know in the comments. The next one, and I believe this is going to rouse a few comments for sure, it's, are you a victim of your image? Now, this might be something that the cruiser stroke Harley Davidson community are more guilty of. I don't know, but are you an advocate of all the gear all the time? Or do you believe that it's okay on a sunny day to wear a shirt and jeans and trainers? Now I know, again, comments are going to pile in on this one, but there's a thing. Sometimes you see riders who clearly are a victim of their own image, their own desire to look cool. Others absolutely don't care. Now, some branded clothing like Rucker, for instance, it's actually quite fashionable and it's designed to be worn all the time. It's protective, it's waterproof, it's breathable, it's comfortable, and it's the right clothing to wear. However, some people just need to look the part as well as their bike. So let me know, are you all the gear all the time, or are you a victim of your image and you have to look cool no matter what the danger? Let me know in the comments. Now, this particular fifth and final one might be the most poignant for this channel. Are you your own mechanic? Do you spanner or wrench on your own bike, or do you pay someone else to do it? Do you just buy and ride? And if you do just buy and ride, is that forced? Is that because you don't know how to do anything mechanical, because you don't have a mechanical mindset or any tools, and you look at it all and think, oh, I've got a few quid, I'll work hard, I'll work in a computer job or something, I earn well, I'll just pay a professional to do it for the peace of mind? Or, on the other hand, do you feel that working on your own motorcycle, taking care of its needs, its repairs, its servicing, broadens the pride of ownership and makes the whole motorcycle owning experience all the better? Or, and some might say probably worst of all, do you just buy a new motorcycle, ride it for 3 years, totally neglect it and just pass it on and get yourself a new one? Either way, let me know in the comments. So there we are, 5 interesting subjects to debate, hopefully things that interest and engage all of us, and above all else, if you choose to get involved in the debate, then please keep it polite and respectful, because that's what keeps YouTube healthy. So thank you for watching, take it easy, ride safe, and I look forward to your comments.